What is integrity? Does integrity even matter to you? Why is integrity so critical as you create the ultimate narco mindset? Well, for me, integrity, you can just define it down to integrity is what we do when nobody's looking. One thing that I made up my mind early in my life was that I was never going to let any human being talk or judge my integrity. I would always do what I said I was going to do, and I would never do what I said I was not going to do. So when I laid in the floor of Panamanian jail at the age of 23 being tortured to death, there was never, ever the thought through my mind that I would give up the most important thing that would define me as a man, as the person that I was. And that was my integrity. So my integrity was never questioned by X amount of dollars, because then some people say, I'm willing to do this, but if I'm offered $1 million, I'm willing to do different. See, I never looked at it that way. Integrity means the whole, it comes from the Latin word integer, means the whole person, nothing lacking. So therefore, for me, integrity was so critical. And then as I had children, it became my goal that no human being will ever point a finger at my children and talk bad about their father, and they would have to bow their head. So whatever I would do in life, I would make sure, above all, that my children would never be ashamed of their father. So integrity was critical for me. And it's so sad because we live in a world now that lying means absolutely nothing. We see people saying words like alternate truth. There is no alternate truth. It's freaking a lie or not. It is truthful or not. I used to tell the members of the cartel that work for me, I said, look, nobody gets killed for being honest. So I used to teach a class on ethics, and I used to say, we used to deal with hundreds and hundreds of thousands of dollars, millions and millions, sometimes $50, $75 million a month. And we never had, kept computer tally or nothing. Simply when somebody paid us X amount of money, we said, okay, whenever we counted it, and we didn't count it in front of them, whenever we got to count it, if it was short, we'd tell them, and if it was over, we would tell them. And nobody would question that. And as I taught this class on ethics, people used to say, of course nobody will question you, because in your world, if people question you, they die. So my answer is this. Must we threaten people with death to make them honest? See? And that's something that's really critical as you develop the ultimate narco mindset. What does integrity mean to you? Have you ever even thought about that word? Have you ever thought about what it means? Can people look at you and say, there's no doubt in my mind that Bill, Susie, Earl, whatever your name is, no doubt in my mind that he will always, or he or she would always do what they said they were going to do, and they will never do what they said they're not going to do. Can you really believe that that is the way people can define you? When people look at you and talk about you behind your back, they can say that you're ugly. They can say that you are obnoxious. You're a pain in the ass. But at the end of the day, is it critical for you that people say, you know what? That's a man of integrity. As I come forward in today's world where there's no secrets with the web, and I tell my story, of the years that I was, at the beginning of the whole organization before Pablo Escobar even existed. Not one article in the internet, questioned my integrity. The total opposite. Even the government that spent years after me, they will always say one thing. He was real, he was sincere, he was genuine, had no fear. I'm just telling you words that has been repeated in court, have been repeated in interviews about me by people that spent years trying to put me away forever. And isn't it interesting that 3 of those that worked years to put me away, I consider them good friends now? See, they were not my enemies. They were just my opposition. Their job, to catch me. My job, not to get caught. I thank God that they succeeded, because if not, I would not be the man that I am today. But every single one of them will tell you, Jorge Valdes is a man of integrity. That is so critical for me. You have no control in life whether you're rich or poor, dead or alive, sick or healthy. You got absolute control whether you're a person of integrity or not.